Representative Delosier.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I'm over here.
Nope.
The other side. Over here. I was taking a look at a number of our self-funded entities, which we have, PUC, Fish and Boat, Turnpike, those types of folks. Two of them are under yours that are not totally self-funded, but I know that they have a lot of assessments, and I guess my question goes to the issue of should they be self-funded. Under your budget, you have the SRBC and the DRBC. Can you tell me with the 434,000 and the 473,000 to go to them, with their fines and fees, what they bring in?
I'm not sure what their fines and fees in total are. I know each of the states and each of the members of those commissions are assessed an amount of money that they're supposed to pay in order to support the commission activities. So in both cases, I believe we've been underfunding them for a number of years.
What is that assessment?
I believe for DRBC it's 20%. I forget what the SRBC one is off the top, but we can get you those
20%
of what their total assessment is.
Okay, so 20% of the entire between all the states. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
So Pennsylvania pays 20%.
It should. It has not.
Okay, so at this point, when they bring in the funding that we have given them, the fines and fees that they collect, do they keep that?
They use it to operate their agency.
Okay, so every year that they end up with zero?
They operate in the same way we operate, with some funds in order to carry out some larger scale water supply projects and things like that. So I don't think they ever go to a zero balance at the end of a year, but they manage their budgets in the same way a lot of state agencies would balance their budgets.
Okay, and I guess my issue is that I've been hearing a lot of pushback from my neck of the woods of assessments, and yet then SRBC ends up with a surplus. So you're saying SRBC has no additional minimal operational funds, but not millions and millions of dollars that they're sitting on, and
as I say, in some cases, what they're doing is collecting money from folks in order to carry out a larger project that meets that entity's obligation. So in some cases, what they're doing is amassing enough money to do those larger projects. So
and what would those larger projects be?
Things that support additional water supply for the basin, as an example. But these are projects that are multi-million-dollar and larger projects, and not something that you do as a one-off charge to the.
And you oversee them?
We are a member of the commission.
Correct, right. But I mean, as DEP in and of itself, as two of your line items as a part of it. I guess, like I said, there's been a number of disagreements with what you're saying in the sense of how much money they are assessing our local municipals and then not using it for operation. And so I guess the feeling is that they're being overassessed, and when they, you know, in their opinion, do not have, don't see it going to those projects. And they see that it is being amassed and not being put to use as it should be, like you mentioned, you know, with our river basin and everybody, you know, with the Chesapeake and all of our water issues have to be, we have so many projects and so many municipals that need help with so many of the demands that are being made on those that go into the Chesapeake. I guess I would say that their frustration is pretty high.
And I'd be more than willing to sit down with you, some of my staff, and whoever you'd want to bring to talk through exactly the way the budgeting process works there.
Okay, I would appreciate that because, like I said, there's a number of conversations that have been had, and if they are funding themselves, with many of our entities that do assess those fines and fees, many times we don't have to require general fund and tax dollars to go along with it because they are self-funded. And so in looking at a number of these, I guess I would push to the fact that if at all possible, if that is doable, obviously that's a help for our general fund, and we're looking for every opportunity that we can to get those. So thank you very much, and I do want to follow up with that, and I appreciate that. Thank you.